guys, welcome back to the channel. So today we have another reacting to my teenage K-pop fan fiction. This time I went ahead and I picked the stories because there was just some that had been popping out to me that I've been so curious to read. I have 3 stories for you guys today from 3 different groups, so let's get to it. So the first one is going to be about GOT7's Mark. We need something new for JYP's One Mic in the Philippines, you thought as you entered GOT7's dorm. As their manager, you had to have them ready to present new ideas for the CEO to consider. When you entered, the boys immediately greeted you. You bowed back and went to the living room. Notebook in hand, you waited for the members to come and tell you ideas. They all sat in a circle and looked at you. Well, except Mark. He had been acting weird ever since Jackson made you kiss him under the mistletoe at JYP's Christmas party. Well, that's weird. Why are managers at the Christmas party? I mean, it makes sense because they're staff, but still. Just kind of looked at the carpet. Aww. So who has ideas for the next One Mic? You asked them. They exploded with ideas. I'm dead. JJ Project Comeback, JB yelled. No, solo dance, Jin Young yelled back. Beatboxing and rapping, Jackson called out. Thigh rap, Bam Bam kept saying over and over again. No, dude, no. Street dancing solo, Yugyeom said. I'm dead. I can't. Solo stage with Bae Suzia. Youngjae said loud enough for everyone to hear and go silent. Bro, she chose Bam Bam, remember? Mark asked him. Youngjae said nothing and put his face down while Jackson patted his back with empathy. So I guess I was referring to the I GOT7 show wherever Suzy appeared and she didn't pick Youngjae, even though it was like obvious that Youngjae in the beginning was just like, oh my god, I'm like so in love with Suzy, kinda. All great ideas, but we need something different, you told them, breaking the silence. They were all silent, but in deep concentration. How about you and Mark do a collaboration? Jackson suggested, making Mark blush. I'm your manager, not a member, so no, you said confidently, thankful for an excuse. But you're part of this team. We can do a collaboration that fits all we want. Start off with JJ Project Comeback and then switch out with Yugyeom so he and Jin Young can dance. Then rap and beatboxing for Jackson and Bam Bam. And finish it with Youngjae and Suzy. JB said. What about me and Mark, you asked. Oh shit, sorry, yeah, Mark, what do you want to do? He asked Mark. I want to rap too, Mark said softly. Great, you can join and be a marathon. But what's your talent? Oh, I forgot to choose a name. Her name's Linda. But what's your talent, Linda? JB asked you. You threw your face away, not really knowing what it was. Linda Nuna can join Jackson in beatboxing, Bam Bam said happily. You were appalled. You couldn't beatbox for your life. I can't beatbox, he said sadly. No, but you're an amazing whistler. Bam Bam pointed out. Yeah, Linda, you could add whistling to my beatboxing and keep it tuned while I rap, Jackson said. You thought you would give it a shot and presented the idea to the CEO. He absolutely loved it and it went amazing in the Philippines. The fans loved the stage since it was exactly what they wanted, for the boys to be themselves and have fun doing it. While walking around on the stage like everyone else, someone suddenly picked you up, running with you in their arms to another place. You were pushed into someone's embrace. Looking up, you turned pink, seeing how close you were to Mark. Out of nowhere, Yugyeom appeared and held mistletoe above you two. And this is in parentheses, since he's so tall. The giant matinee. Hearing the fans yell for you two to kiss, Mark immediately captured your lips in his, making the crowd go crazy. I don't think that would happen. At least not a lot of fans, I don't think. I don't think at a concert they'd be like, oh yeah, I want you to kiss someone else, because you guys know how fans are. I mean, I don't know. Would I be cheering for Mark to kiss somebody? Like, I don't care if he gets married in the future and everything. It's his life. But do I want to pay to watch him kiss somebody? I love you, Linda, Mark whispered against your lips. How do you even do that? I just I love you too, you thought as he kissed you again. Okay, so that's the Mark story. That was okay. I really liked how I threw in Suzy in there. Ugh, I love Suzy. And I love the fact that Youngjae liked Suzy. The next story I picked because it's my bias. It's going to be about Teen Top's Changjo. Yoo and Changjo had been friends for almost 8 years. Oh, it's the childhood friends trope. One day, he called you and told you to meet him since he had the day off and you agreed. It was a warm summer day and you wore a pair of shorts, a crop top, and some Converse. You headed out to meet Changjo at a cafe that you normally met at. You sat at a table and waited. Suddenly, a man wearing dark shades, a hat, and a mask sat across from you. Changjo? You asked the man softly. Oh my god, I'm dead. I don't want to read in Korean. Well, I want to read in Romanized. Ne, it's nice to see you again, Elizabeth. He took off his mask and smiled. Ready to go? He asked you. Go where? Around Seoul, of course. Did you think I wanted to spend my day off sitting in a cafe? He replied, pinching your nose. You got so excited. You absolutely loved walking around Seoul. You and Changjo walked around aimlessly, but keeping an eye out for sasyangs. What do sasyangs look like? Like, what if somebody just recognized Changjo? That doesn't make them a sasyang, they could just be a fan. Wouldn't want them to ruin your day now, would we? You and Changjo had an amazing time in Seoul. You went shopping and ate a lot of new things. As you were heading back together, something caught your eye. It was a street dancer who was performing for a gathering crowd. You pulled Changjo as you inched towards the front. Wow, this guy's dancing is 대박. You clapped along with the crowd, much to Changjo's annoyance. The dancer turned and locked eyes with you. He danced towards you and kissed your cheek. That's weird. I would have called the police. Throughout the dance, the street dancer kept making flirty gestures to you. You turned bright red but kept laughing and clapping. Unlike Changjo, who was getting more pissed off every second that the street dancer flirted with you. I don't want to read this. He barged to the center and began to dance battle with the guy. It was a glorious win for Changjo. I have to say, whenever I was at the Teen Top concert, Changjo was just like mesmerizing on stage the way he danced. Even whenever he was just like vibing on stage, he just looked so good and he was just such a good dancer that I was in shock. And I'm hoping he like goes solo, not like leave the group, but like he like does solo activities because I think he would be really good at that as well. But unfortunately, a sasyang recognized him while he was dancing and began yelling inappropriate things to him. He grabbed your hand and ran all the way back to the cafe. When you arrived, you both sat down. I'm so sorry that a sasyang found us, he cut you off saying. Aw man, what's her name? Elizabeth. Elizabeth, why did you let that guy flirt with you? Why didn't you stop him? Yeah, Elizabeth. It's all about consent. If you didn't give consent, then he shouldn't have done anything. I don't know. Elizabeth, can't you see what I feel for you? He said. Now you're really shocked. Does Changjo actually like me back? It's not one-sided? Or does he mean as a protective brother? You thought. What do you mean, Changjo? You asked him. He stepped closer to you and cupped your face. Oh, Elizabeth, if only you saw what I feel. How do you see something that somebody feels? What? So that's the end for that one. That one was okay. It was okay, I think. I just really wanted to read it because I've been missing Changjo for a while. So the last one we're going to read is actually going to be a multi-fandom one. I'm not sure what groups are included. I know VIX is in it and B2B, but I don't know if there's any other groups. If there is, I'll announce it as we go on. 대박! Wasn't that the best haunted house ever, you guys? Jimena squealed while clinging onto her boyfriend Peniel's arm. You rolled your eyes as the perfect couple flirted back and forth with each other in English. You peeked over at Alexa, whose face was completely pale and totally frightened as her boyfriend Minhyuk did aegyo to help her get over it. Looking up at your chaperone for the night, Eun Kwang, you suddenly missed your boyfriend who had broken up with you last week. You had been so depressed that refused to come out of your room. That is until Jimena coaxed you to join them to see the newest haunted house. As the six of you were walking home, a dark, spooky house towered above you. Hol, another haunted house. It wasn't on the news. Why didn't I know about it? Jimena huffed. Maybe because it wasn't on the news, Peniel said as he threw his arm around her shoulder. That's such a Peniel answer. He's so sarcastic. Jimena shot him a dirty look and walked up to the house. Yeah, Jimena, wait a bit. Alexa still spooked, Minhyuk yelled at her. Then she can say, I'm going, Jimena snapped at him. Damn, Jimena's mean. I don't like her. She walked up the stairs, making her blonde waves bounce. Oh, she's blonde. I would have thought she was like Spanish or something like that. Maybe she dyed her hair. Making her blonde waves bounce along with her. Jimena and Alexa were the bestest of friends, yet they were completely different. Alexa is quiet and modest, while Jimena is sassy and don't give two shits. That's me. Jimena, are you sure that this is a haunted house? You called to her. The house was extremely large, dark, and eerily quiet. It gave off a hair-raising feeling. Jimena whacked the sign that read, Enter, if you dare, and chirped, Pretty sure. She stopped in front of the door and it creepily opened by itself. Hello? Jimena called into the house. Piñel started walking towards her as she inched her way inside. She looked back at you guys, but wished she had it. In a flash, a tall, emotionless man in a black suit stood in front of her. Mesmerized by his good looks, Jimena was frozen and speechless. He slowly lifted this creepy doll out of his pocket and handed it to her. She hesitantly took it and turned to you guys. Payback, come on, she said and faced the guy again. She gasped in fright as he was no longer in a suit, but in torn, bloody clothes and had X's for eyes. Oh my god, I put like little parentheses. It's supposed to be Hyuk and Vix's Voodoo Doll music video. Okay, I'm gonna put that right here. He grabbed her wrist, quickly pulled her in, and slammed the door on us. At first, we were all confused until we heard Jimena screaming. Oh my god, she's been taken. You rushed to the door along with the boys and left Alexa at the entrance. You pulled out a bobby pin and tried to unlock the door. Why not break a window or something? Bro, if somebody's taken, you break down the door. You don't try to pick a lock. What are they waiting for? Piñel had enough and began to kick the door down. Oh, see, there we go. See, Piñel got the right idea. All the boys joined in and it soon broke down. You all ran in except for Minhyuk. He ran back to the entrance, but Alexa was gone. Alexa! He yelled down the street. Instead of hearing her voice, a hand covered his mouth with chloroform, instantly knocking him out. Oh, this is a creepy story. Everybody's couldn't think of my writing. I'm writing some Criminal Minds type of things. Piñel ran ahead, yelling out for Jimena many times. 6 men in torn clothes clawed through these cage-like rooms, scaring the hell out of you. What kind of haunted house is this? What have you done with Jimena? Piñel yelled at them. One by one, they began to escape their cages and walk towards him. They all fell down and cried out in pain, making you 3 even more scared. Slowly, they entered their cages again. But now, there were 2 new cages. You peered into the 2 and saw the spine-chilling sight of Minhyuk and Alexa all bloody and tortured like the others. One of the men in particular caught your attention. He was also in torn clothes but was covered in many tattoos. His dark, luring eyes held you captive as he reached out and stroked your cheek. Open the doors of hell, sinners who made her cry tears of blood, sing it, the song of the curse. Tell me the hidden fury inside of you. My flesh is an offering to you. I'll devote myself to your happiness, he said while cupping your face. You don't know what came over you, but you began helping all the guys and Alexa out of their cells. They began limping towards the exit, except for the one that spoke to you. What girl was he talking about? Whose happiness? He stared at you straight in the eye and saying, should I go? Should I stay? Nobody knows. A girl came out of the shadows suddenly. She was blonde and held a creepy doll. Jimena! You froze as she stabbed the doll, causing the guy in front of you to fall and yell in pain. Hajima, can't you see that you're hurting him? You yelled at her. She merely laughed, glared at you, and said, you let my dolls get away again. Again, she paced the floor, her hand squeezing the doll's neck, making the guy start choking. So as always, I must keep at least one of my toys until the others return. I'll keep Ravi this time. She purred and made the doll walk and sit on a chair. Ravi did exactly the same thing as the doll and sat emotionless. This is creepy, bro. Kwang gripped your arm and dragged you away. You looked back just in time to see Jimena stick a needle in Ravi's arm and his eyes turned into X's. You all ran out of the house gasping for air. What the hell just happened? Piñel was the most shocked after seeing his girlfriend had become such a monster. When you got to the end of the street, you all heard Jimena coo, come back home soon, toys, all of you. But Jimena's wrath was no longer on your mind. You only thought of how to save Ravi from that hell. Okay, well that's the end of the story on that one. I don't know if there's a part 2, but it definitely sounds like there should be a part 2. We should make this into a horror movie, I think. I think it'd be a great trope, like a voodoo doll themed horror movie. Vix, if anybody's watching, you guys should make this. We would eat this up. But I want to play, well, I don't look like Jimena because she's blonde. Alexa's too quiet and I don't want to be tortured. I'll be the main girl. Well, that's gonna do it for today's video, you guys. I hope this provided some type of entertainment for you guys. Be sure to leave in the comments what you guys thought of the stories. I didn't know I wrote a horror story at this age. Be sure to head over to my Instagram at RealAbbyJ, where I hold little polls on which stories will be picked for the next fanfiction reaction and which names I'll be using in the stories as well. Until the next video, I'll see you guys later. Bye!